Hey, it's James. If you've bothered to come back, absolutely fantastic. Last time I tried to make sourdough as a first video on a cooking YouTube channel, absolute madness. I mean, the reality of this is I've failed. It deflated a bit like me and my soul. But today we're going to go back and we're going to go keeping it quite simple. We're going to be making cookies. Bam, bam, bam. Cookies that you can roll up into a sausage type shape and you can freeze. That way you're not cooking 16 cookies and eating 16 cookies in one day. I'm going to eat them all. That is a fact. That is going to happen. There's a few little steps. Let's get to it.
Okay, for these chocolate chip cookies, we're going to need 200 grams of plain flour, 175 grams of brown sugar, 100 grams of caster sugar, a teaspoon of salt, 100 grams of dark chocolate, keeping it naughty there. Go for something around the 70% cocoa mark. I've got 170 grams of butter, but I am going to keep 50 grams of that to the side. 3 eggs, some bicarbonate of soda, and some vanilla extract. To get things started, we're going to need to brown some butter. Browning butter is a guaranteed way of getting more flavour into your cookie. Now, I don't know what the chemical process of all this is. It's something to do with separating fats and milk solids and one of them caramelising, blah, 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 blah. Look, just trust me. It makes everything that you use butter in taste amazing. Gently heat the butter over a medium heat. It will start to foam on the top, and when you pull your spoon through the liquid, you'll get a nice sort of golden brown liquid underneath. As soon as you see this, take it off the heat. You don't want it to burn. Transfer it straight to your mixing bowl. Look at that. That golden nectar. Oh, mama. You can't smell it, but if you could, you'd say, oh, mama. When it's in the mixing bowl, add the rest of the butter that you kept aside. Yeah, I kept some butter aside. Just know that to keep a few knobs of butter aside. Basically, that's going to help you bring the temperature of the butter down. Next up is adding the most godly of substances, sugar. Brown sugar and caster sugar. Give them a good mix together. It'll come up looking like a dark, rich, brown paste. Rare that a brown paste is a good thing, but here it is. Except heroin, maybe. That's a dark brown paste, isn't it? Not for me, but, you know, for some people. Next up is your chocolate. Now, you can use chocolate chips if you want to, but as you can see, I've taken a bar of dark chocolate and I'm just sort of roughly chopping it up. It gives it a great range of size to the pieces of chocolate in your cookie. It's like a little tombola of chocolate, if you will. Once that's done, you're going to need your eggs. Now, for this recipe, I'm using 1 whole egg and 2 egg yolks. So separate as you would like. I'm going for the shell-to-shell method here. But wait! Little service announcement. Don't throw away any of your egg whites. This isn't a time that you should be throwing away anything, to be honest. But you could make some lovely little meringues, maybe a nice egg white omelette, or basically a lot of cocktails that have got like a white foam on the top. That happens because it's got egg white in it. So don't throw it away. Anyway, back to the cookie. Give the eggs a bit of a whisk and add your vanilla essence here. Pop that straight into your sugar and butter mixture and then really give it a good mix up. This is the time that you really want to start beating it up and battering it. You want to fully incorporate all the eggs, all the butter, all the sugar. It should go from being a dark brown wet mixture to a light brown silky smooth batter. When you lift some up on the spoon, it should leave a ribbon type effect on the top of the mixture. Next up, we want to get some dry stuff involved. Okay, so take your flour, add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of bicarb and give it a little whisky whisk together. A whisk's great here. I mean, basically you're going to cut up any lumps of flour and also just make sure that everything's fully incorporated. Add half of that flour to the mixture and start to mix it in. Don't overwork it. The reason I said batter the eggs and the butter and the sugar is because that's the time you really want to mix it. If you overmix the flour, you're going to end up building gluten and you're going to get a tough cookie and it's going to be horrible. Now's the time to add your chocolate. Give it a stir, again, just incorporating it and making sure that it's spread out through the dough. Then you're going to add the rest of your flour and mix it until there's no streaks of flour left in the dough. Get this in the fridge for 30 minutes. Let it sit, let all the butter firm back up. It's going to make life so much easier when you're trying to work with the dough. If you can avoid eating it in this form, and there's no judgment if you can't, I struggle, turn it out onto a piece of cling film. Start to spread it out into an oblong shape. Then, using the film, try and roll it into a sausage shape like this. Tie off the ends and then get that in the freezer. Now you can keep it in the freezer for anywhere up to 3 months if you can. I bet you can't. Give it up to 2 hours to completely firm up. Unpeel the plastic wrap, very suggestively peeling the plastic wrap there. And cut off as many cookies as you want to cook. Pop them on a baking tray and get them in the oven at 180 for about 10 minutes. And I promise you they won't come out looking like this.
They're burnt. So they're burnt. I mean, literally, this was meant to be something that you couldn't mess up. They're crispy, they're certainly crispy. If it wasn't for the burn, it would be a nice enough tasting cookie. Too hot, the oven was too hot. I mean, what's an idiot? Ruth, I've burnt them. Come and stand around the back so you can tell everybody what you think.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
She'll eat it. Let's maybe do something that isn't baking. I don't know, because I seem to be struggling here, to be honest. Please like and subscribe the channel. If you enjoy watching a man fail, this is the channel for you. Like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and hopefully one day I'll get to the point where I can buy one of those posh aprons that they wear in videos and not just a novelty black PVC apron. Right, basically here's the situation. I thought to myself, something's gone seriously wrong. So I cut a couple more pieces of dough and they've actually come out looking sort of what I imagined them to look like. But as I was cutting them from the frozen dough, I realised there was a very thin layer of cling film that was just sort of very naturally sitting there, and I think that the ones that I put in before had cling film still on them. Gobbled them right up, didn't we? Anyway, needless to say, they're looking a lot better. Hey, you win some, you lose some.